What's going on, guys? I want to do a short video on a extension for Podio that I found that's free. I've been big on Podio views, still find them to be super useful and something that you can do to segregate your data out and make sure things are not falling through the cracks. But I will say that this is going to change how I do some things with using tasks on Podio. In the past, I've seen other people's workspaces, including mine, have a large amount of tasks that just go unseen and not checked off. It's not uncommon for me to come into somebody's workspace where they're getting tasks for every single phone call that comes in, and they're not checking it off, or the VA is not checking it off, and they have 800, or I've seen some where it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tasks that are outstanding, and they're not checked off. So in using this Poodle Sync, what it'll do is it'll bring in your task, and it'll allow you to manage them and see what you have due, today, what you have tomorrow, the next 7 days, and what you have that's past due. And it'll help you manage those tasks a lot easier than what Podio allows. I'm not a fan of how Podio lays out their task management. So what you would do is you'd come in here, you would get the extension, you would approve the authorization to allow them to have access to your organization or Podio workspace. At that point, you're going to connect up the ToodleDo. So if I go back here, you can see I have both Podio connected and I have ToodleDo that's connected here. And then from that, we do a sync, and it basically brings over all of my tasks out of Podio into ToodleDo. Now you can see I've got a testing task here, and I've got a URL to where if I click this, it'll take me directly to the Podio item. Obviously on a computer, that makes it nice and easy. It pops open Podio, I go right to the item, I work the task, I click it off, it's done, on to the next. Now the really nice thing if you're doing the Podio URL like this on a mobile phone is ToodleDo has a mobile app. It's $2.99 on iPhone, and basically you can come in and work your task on that day or look at tomorrow's task, and it'll have the link here as long as you're doing that in your task. You click that on a mobile phone, it'll open up the Podio mobile app, and it'll go directly to this item and allow you to start working that task. For us, on Beast Mode, we automatically always put the URL for any of the tasks that we create, which are missed call, abandoned call, voicemail, text message received, web form submitted, or a live web lead that's been submitted as well gets a task that you can get to review, and the URL is automatically in that. So you don't have to worry about that for those items. However, if you have, a leads manager or a VA that's setting tasks for you or themselves, my recommendation at this point to use this would be anytime you set a task or they set a task, it would be when you're in the item, go ahead to the very top while you're in the item, copy that, and then when you come down and create a new task, paste it into this section here, and that's how it'll be available on these task management systems that I'm talking about. So they would just put in the name, they would put their name or your name, whatever the case may be, date, time that it's due, and then paste in that web link. And because they paste in that web link, it'll show up like this and allow you to just hyperlink or click over to the item that has the task itself. So the nice thing about this is obviously now you can segregate when you come in by all tasks, or you can come down to the date section here, and you can see you have the sections where you can do all tasks, just your overdue stuff, what's today, tomorrow, next 7 days. Makes it super easy, super useful to segregate out your task. If you come in, you can see this is what it would look like. You'd have, your different multiple items. You would see no information below it. You click on the little page here, and now it has any additional information that you put in that box back here. So anything in there. You can click that at that point to go over to the Podio item, work it. You can check it off here or the Podio item. It doesn't matter because, like I said, this syncs up with your Podio. At the end of the day, it'll sync and complete those tasks. This is going to be super useful for us, just walking through our different task items, making sure that every phone call that comes in, every text message that comes in is being answered, that task is being completed, and then any tasks that we have for, appointments or reaching out to sellers for offers and following up, anything that we do at this point now has the ability to manage that and see it in a way that's very useful. Not a fan with Podio's way of how they're showing their task and having you manage it. But this makes it a much more useful tool. Again, $2, $2.99 on an iPhone, and it's very useful on the iPhone how it lays it out and allows you to click on the mobile app. Hope you guys find that useful. Let me know if you got questions, if I didn't go through something. But we'll be using this, and I like it a lot.